So at this point, we've cycled through Western Australia, across the Nullarbor, through South Australia, and along the Great Ocean Road into Victoria. At this point, you're probably wondering, what happened? Well, life. First life happened, and then a pandemic happened. By the time we made it to Victoria, it was time to find some work again, to recoup some of the funds we diminished during the last few months, and we found work at Forest Brewery, in the small ex-logging town of Forest, nestled in the beautiful Otways National Park. Forest is home to some awesome mountain bike trails, and there are some pretty amazing spots nearby, like the eerily beautiful Lake Elizabeth or the magnificent California redwoods. So it seemed like a pretty good fit. We'd initially planned to work for 3 or 4 months and then continue onwards, but the devastating bushfires that had ravaged Australia kept us there long enough for us to get pretty involved in the local bike scene. Between working full time and spending every moment I could off riding, the videos kind of fell by the wayside. The fact that we didn't have any proper internet probably didn't help. If I'd wanted to upload anything, I either had to burn through all my mobile data or try to get to McDonald's or the like and use the free Wi Fi. So everything slowed down, and we got distracted by life in the rainforest. In the meantime, I was offered a 2 year sponsorship by the brewery, so we made the decision to spend the next 2 years saving so that we could go and cycle around the world without having to work as we went. The last leg of the trip felt like we were constantly on a time limit to get to each new job, and it really took away some of the enjoyment of being able to go at our own pace and see the sights along the way. So we were over that. We liked living in the Otways, and the idea of spending the next 2 years honing my mountain bike skills really appealed to me. The rainforest is beautiful, and it's home to some of the best riding I've ever experienced. But a few months later, COVID happened. Everything shut down, and I lost my job at the brewery, with only a month left on my visa. So I contacted immigration, and ever since then, we've been in this weird sort of limbo. For a short time, we lived out at a dairy farm, where Bonnie worked to get her second-year visa. It was okay at first, we loved the cows. Bonnie even adopted a crew of 4 calves that she was raising, but eventually we had to move on. We ended up getting jobs at an ice cream factory in the nearby town of Colac, and managed to get ourselves a little cabin at the lakeside caravan park. Being that we didn't really know how things were going to turn out and couldn't risk committing to the lease of an apartment, we were pretty lucky to find this spot, and we like our little cabin. It really was a lifesaver finding this little cabin and finding the jobs at the factory, and we worked as much as we could, but eventually my answer came from immigration, and now I'm no longer legally allowed to work in Australia. Now, I can't afford to just stay here without working, so it looks like this is it for our time in the Otways. Thankfully, things with COVID are starting to cool down a little bit now, so we're hoping that soon we'll be able to finish what we started and complete our Australian tour, albeit a little later than we originally planned. Our main obstacle right now is that my bike developed a crack in the frame, so I'm waiting on a replacement that I got under warranty. But due to the whole pandemic thing, that's taken a while. So I'm hoping to have it within the next couple of weeks. Once I get it, I'll be building the bike up pretty differently to what it started life as, so maybe that'll be another video. For the time being, I've got some video that I've shot of some of the group rides with the Otway gravel grinders. This is a crew that I've been pretty involved with since landing here, so I'll upload some of our rides in an effort to show some of what we've been up to. I've also been doing a few solo bikepacking trips. I just got back from bikepacking the Goldfields track solo last week, and I did a short 3-day trip through the Otways a couple of weeks before that, so those videos are on the way. And I think that's pretty much it. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much, but I thought it was worth posting an update. Hopefully we'll be back on the road soon.